Happy Father's Day to you all. I hope you all had loads of cards and presents and everything. I got a lovely phone call from my daughter, which was absolutely fantastic. Made my day. Right, this beautiful set created by GJ. Lots and lots of questions have been asked about this. It's been very popular. And because it's Father's Day, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a promotion for a limited number of sets with free postage to the UK for £99. So if you're interested, guys, it's going to be on promotion. See the links below for that beautiful, beautiful padlock set. Now, I managed to find a few different clips of videos that I did in the past. Luckily, still left on my phone, as the rest of my channel. All the videos have been deleted by someone for I do not know what reason. But have no fear, I shall recreate all those videos again. And there's a few really, really kind and supportive words, so thank you so much, community, of helping me out. Quite a few people have copies of my videos on different hard drives and whatnot they've been using for training, so eventually I shall be able to get them all back together again. And the ones I don't, I shall have the pleasure of making them all over again, but maybe even better than they were before. So guys, if you're interested in this set, there'll be quite a long video now with all the different bits and pieces you can pick and what's in it, and a much more explanation. But happy Father's Day, and if you're interested, the links are below. Guys, thank you very much. Appreciate your support, and remember, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel so you can get updated and notified of what's going on a weekly basis. Guys, stay safe and enjoy the video. Right. Got a bit of a blast from the past, a Squire 770 Old English, and it's a brass body, 4 levers, and this is the pin type, so that's the key. It's not piped, it's pin typed, and a variation of bit with original Squire's key. These are all actually coded. I don't know if you know that. This is PES 9, and you can, if you do loose keys, you can get keys cut to code for these. And there's quite a few different places on Fleabay that do it. So this is 770 Squire. You don't see many of them about. Loads of history. Love them. Absolutely love them. Right. So we've got the pin tool. We've already got the pin tool set up in there. A little hole in the back. Make sure your tip hangers to the hole in the back. And then we've got, it's all solid. Nice and sturdy. Right. We need the black wire because we've got quite a bit of room in there, so we're going to utilise that room with the stiffest wire we've got, stiffest and largest gauge. Right, so we've got loads of room in there. We've got all of this bar, and if this one got comfortable, you can adjust that bar, make it shorter one way or longer. It suit your own needs, really. Everyone picks a little bit different. Now it's sort of medium tension on this, and it won't happen quickly, these won't. There's a little bit of movement there. And what I'm doing is I'm just jiggling them up, and I'm waiting for that reaction. As soon as I get a little tiny movement forward in the clockwise direction, I'm going to leave that one alone and then go to the next one. So that one at the front is still bouncy. 2, 3, 4. 4 was quite stiff. I'm just going to keep dialing in. You're picking through feeling, really, to see what you can get going. There's quite a lot of spring tension on these. She's gone all quite solid on me now. There you go, she's gone. So we're open. Pull your wire towards you, spin it all the way around, and it comes out as easy as that. So, Mr. Jones, you've done a damn good job making that tip. Damn good. Beautiful bit of history. 770. As I say, I love the history of these padlocks. There's so many of as well, so many. Get collecting padlocks, I tell you guys. They're just so interesting. Right, next we've got an ERA. This is a 5 lever one. Nice, solid looking lock. It's the original one. Even got the original key, all locked up. That's the bit in. So there's a nice bit of variation in this one. As you can see, it's got a bit of history. It's been bumped, knocked, got mucky, God knows where it's been all these years, got a bit rusty. And all I've done is changed over the tip now. We'll put a piped tip in. Dead easy, I've got to do that, drop it in, tighten it back up. It's dead easy. I don't want the video to go on too long. So, we're nice and tight, we know we're in the right position. Now what I'm going to do is change the wire down. Instead of black this time, I've gone for yellow. So it's slightly thinner, that's 1.4 gauge. So it's nice and tight in there. Get him in there. So we've got plenty of room. So medium tension, there's little nibbles. There's a lot of movement then. That was on 3. Back's quite solid. A bit more on that one. A bit more on that one. More on that one. I'm just going to little nibble through them. Sometimes you have to jiggle them, just try and get it right in the line, and there she goes. It's just as easy as that. Spin it all the way around, because nice thin wire, you're going to get it out. It's not going to be too tricky. So that's a piped 5 lever padlock. A nice bit of history. A little bit mucky, but it's a nice bit of 2000. What a treat to pick these are. What a treat. They are so sensitive. It is piped, it is 5 levers, and there is 4 notches in there. And that's a bit of the key. So we've got a bit of challenge going on there. Some real low levers sitting in that lock. So we need to be mindful of those. So we're going to get this medium wire. We're going to drop him in. And we're going to make sure we can get back to front. It's tight, but we can do it. So little tiny movements. Hardly any pressure. 1, 2, 3. That's the 5th. 5th's quite high. See how high my thumb's going up there? That's telling you how high the lift is. I'm going back to the front. There's the first one. See how low that one is? 2nd. 1st. 2nd. Now 3rd. See, it's sitting right on there. I can feel it sitting right. And the 5th's quite high again. So we're going to keep going. And we're not going to ram on that tension. Now, the 5th's high. 1st slow. 2nd springer. But then I can feel the 3rd is solid. There, it was solid. It was stuck. 1st, 2nd, and we're open. Warsaw 2000. When you pick the locks, guys, you need to read them. Read for that tight spots, read for the low levers, read for when you can feel you're dropping in and out of a false notch, and that way you can get through them. It's a lovely lock to pick, absolutely beautiful. I love them, so sensitive and a great pleasure. So we're going to have a look at that, see if we can see it in a bit more detail. We'll open her up. You can't see a great deal in it because it's shielded in there, but you can see that bolt thrown backwards and forwards. And they are an absolute gem of a lock. Beautiful. I love them, I do. One of my most favourite picks these are at the moment. Warsaw 2000. Absolutely stunning. Stunning lock. Right, I'll go and get something else and see what else we can pick. Insurance, ERA, 5 lever, secure. Lovely locks to pick. Real special. Lot more difficult than the actual new modern ones. A lot more difficult. It's all locked up, and that's the bit of the key. You can see it's aged over the years, where they've obviously left that key inside that lock sitting somewhere for a very long time, compared to the spare, which is not as aged as much. So that's the bitting of the key. Now, a few tips on picking lever padlocks. Well, make sure your toggles all the way in and you get that sort of angle. You want to be quite much flat as you possibly can. You can feel that bolt. If you start catching there, you know the post's too long, but we've gone all the way around, so that's fine. Another tip, make sure your wire when you put it in is not too tight. If you can't move backwards and forwards smoothly, then you need to change your wire. And also you want to make sure that the wire that you use is not going to be vastly over the height that you need to pick. Because if that's too long, what happens when you throw that bolt all the way around, it's going to catch up in there. It's going to catch and it won't throw all the way around. It's just the length of your wire is too long for that particular lock. You need to be mindful of that as well. Lots of things to be mindful of. So you make sure your tools all the way in. Don't go crazy, tension. Have an investigation first. Other little tip, is what I do is I push my wire all the way to the back of the lock, like that. I use my finger, stop there. Now that finger is not going to move now, and I know the whole depth of that lock is that. Yeah, and then this part here, this coloured part, I know, I won't put any tension on. There's one. I can feel it just catching at that point there. It's at that angle lifted. 2, a little bit lower. Get wiggle away for 3, a little bit higher, see? 4, lower. 5th, a little bit higher. Let me just touch you now. So I'm going to use that and read as well. Real light tension. It's all about investigation, and you need to be able to change your tension on and off. I go backwards and forwards and have a little tickle. Wait for a reaction. A little bit crunchy there, number 4. 1, still quite springy. 2, springy. 3, 4, oh, little movement then. 1, 2, getting, I can start to feel them catch now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, just catching there. 1, catching. Let's go backwards and forwards. It's getting tight now. It's too tight sometimes. You got your levers over lifted, and it's catching. You like click it, it's trying to jump off. There you go. Dropped it there. 1, 2, 3. We're going to keep changing the angles. Put more pressure on. A bit of movement then. 1, 2. A bit more movement then. And then she's open. I changed the pressure. I had it on low, and then I put a lot more pressure on, as you can see. Now make sure your wire goes all the way around. It comes out, and your lock is open. So beautiful. ERA insurance. Cracked again with the right technique. Thank you very much for Noob for doing that honest review. Really appreciate that, of this new padlock pick set that GJ has kindly manufactured for me using his technology. It is a beautiful set. I know there's a few comments on Noob's channel, so thank you guys for your support there. A lot of people ask me, what does it fit? So basically, you know, we get the set, we get 2 different. We get a piped, we get a pin, and then we get a selection of wires. Now with the wires, you've got to remember, I hand make all these wires and test them out. So this set here in my hand. Thank you very much to Jonathan Cross. Jonathan, my friend, this is your set. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to borrow it to show how it all works. And what I do with every single set is I'll get the tools and I'll test them on all these locks. So the key to picking lever padlocks really is getting those wires bang on. A mill out can make all the difference between an open and a not. And that's what you're buying. You're not just buying a padlock pick set, you're buying a precision set that has been tested by myself, and I will test every single one of them. That's what I do. If they're not happy, I'm gonna have to change it, and the wires go, so they have to be perfect before I can even let it out the door. That's my policy. So what will they fit? What will they fit? Well, we've got a right selection here. Now we'll look at piped first. We'll look at the piped locks. So on this table we have, right, let's start off with the meanest of them all, the Cruiser. This is the K11 series Asa Abloy. It's not chum anymore. You know, it's got that funny angled key. It's the most modern one. They can go up to £120. These bloody locks can. Very expensive. So we drop that in. As you can see, if it's perfect and you have enough room, that's why you got your 1.2 mil wire, your 1.4, and then the 1.57. It's for the gaps that you get between the padlocks. As I've picked all these padlocks, I've designed the wires around that. I designed all my wires around the locks I've got to pick. So that fits perfectly in the K11 series. So that's bang on. We're happy with that one. Right then, let's have a look at an older one. Now this is part of the Chubb range, the Cruiser Chubb range. It's an older one, this one is. Same sort of angle key. Because as they change, as you can see on this one, you have a little bit more room in there, so you should get that 140 wire in the old style cruiser. And let's have a look at the cruiser minus the front, so we can see exactly what it does fit. So that's what these locks really help me when I'm designing stuff. As you can see, it fits perfectly in there, which will grab hold of that bolt at the back, and you better get your wire in and lift all those levers. So that fits great on the cruiser. That's brilliant. So there's that. What else will it fit? Obviously, we've got insurance ERA 5 lever. I did notice that. I did see a video of Pompey Picker about that one you bought off eBay. I've got another one. I could show you later about that one. I know exactly what you mean. I've had those locks like that before, but this one does actually work. So insurance, no problem. The other thing to be mindful is you do get different gaps and widths of the actual part that tensions the bolt. Some of these can be very narrow and some is wider. So to try and make a tool that's going to fit everything is impossible, but to try and get something that's close to that is a pure miracle, and thanks to GJ, we've made that possible. So that fits perfectly on the insurance. That's great. So we've got all of that. What else we got? I did dig this one up. I've not seen many of these. It's an ERA, but it looks very much like a 660, doesn't it? But it's piped. So it does fit that perfectly. It's in the unlock position, so I need to lock it up. And I'll tell you about this lock in a little while. We'll actually pick it locked. I'll pick it locked in a minute. We'll show. I haven't got the key. So we'll pick it locked, and then we'll show you the same sort of problem that Mr. Pompey Picker had. And you can tell why. The shackle is slightly bent, so it's not engaging properly with that bolt. But we'll have a look at that in a moment. So something to look forward to there. So that fits that perfectly. And then obviously you get your Wix version of the ERA, don't you? Yeah, loads of room in there, no problems. That fits that gauge perfectly. This old Security. Now we'll look at this one as well. This is quite an interesting one because, as you can see, there's a massive difference in the height of the bitting. But I'll show you how you can get around that and still open that lock. So that's not too much trouble. It's a 6 lever lock, Security, quite cheap. On eBay, you'll see loads of those. So that's most of the piped ones now. Yeah, so we'll change over and we'll have a look at the non-piped. So what we've got in the non-piped section. So what we do is lock him in there. It's all locked up. It's changed over now. Now we're on pin locks. Right, what pin locks we've got? Let's go for the meanest and the leanest. The Squire Defiant. Let's have a look at him. Yeah. No problem. Straight away, you can see it's all like bolt at the back. Perfect. Defined, no problem. What else we got? It's a Battleship, the new one. Drop him in again. No problem. Plenty of room there. Move that dust cover out of the way. Bane of my life, dust covers. No problem. Got him in right at the back, nice and square. So he fits great. What else we got? Oh, the old style Battleship. Nice collectible item. Really expensive on eBay. Very, very expensive for what they are. Drop them in. There's a little hole in the back. There you go. You can't see through there, but there's a little piece you need to get that to drop in. You can feel it when it does. It's solid. There you go. Plenty of room in there on that one. So what else we got? Let's go down to the more budgety section, more your common ones you're going to get hold of. Your 660, chucking the keys on the floor again. Loads of room. You can see sticking out the back. Perfect. Got the right angle to pick that lock. So it does pick a massive range of different locks. So what we're going to do is we'll chuck a few locks in the voice and we'll give them a little pick. And I'll definitely go on first with that one. That same problem Mr. Pompey Picker had. I will show you why with this ERA. Bit of an old one. Never seen another one like these. So we'll have a look at this. So I'll see you over there. Right, so let's look at this ERA. We know it's piped, so I need to change this over. Dead simple to do. Is change the tip over, drop it in. Fits perfectly in there, nice and snug. Tighten him up. You're ready to go. Right, as I said, it's in the unlock position. I haven't got a key, so I've got to lock it up to lock it back to pick. So I need to pick it locked. So what I'm going to do, it's always ideal, I'll get the smallest and most flexible wire, because I'm going to have to go in there and actually go pick the same way but turn anti-clockwise. So I'm picking clockwise, but I'm going to have to put pressure on anti-clockwise. So we've got the little wiring. It's easy to do that. That's why I've got these little wires for these sort of tasks. So we've got front to back, we've got loads of room in there. So what we're going to do is just do a little lift. There you go, I've got hold of it. Oh, it was that one there, wasn't it? Front to back. There you go. So, she's all locked up again, yeah? Now, the same problem which Mr. Pomp Picker had. Put my tension tool in. Yeah, so you can pick it locked, but you can't unpick it. And I think because this shackle is slightly squished, it's not quite catching correctly, and that's what's causing the problem with this one. And I've had it on that wall for years and years and years, and I watched this video yesterday and I thought, I think I've got one just like that. Drives you mad. You have to pick it locked, but crazy. We all get them, I suppose. Never mind, it'll go in there. I've got one of those dodgy locks somewhere. Right, what else we're going to pick? What else we're going to have a look at? Yeah, well, look at that. Let's secure it. Now, they ain't difficult to pick these. No way, are they? But I want to show you the actual... all locked up. As you can see, there's a massive difference between the actual post stump height there. So we're going to have to try and get past that. And to do that, what we're going to need to do, we're going to drop them in there. And because I've got loads and loads and loads of room, I use the black one, which is 1.57. So the more room you got, the bigger the wire. The less room you got, the smaller the wire. You don't want to get them trapped. That's the thing. Right, we've got loads of room. We've got a really high bitting, so we're going to need to lift it quite high, as you can see. Quite high lifts. A bit of movement then. We're just jiggling them up, not movement then. Fairly light tension. It's a big old beast, but there ain't really nothing to them. It's all show. You go backwards and forwards, and you'll feel that one will move. Bit of movement then. There she goes. Poof, gone. Right. Oh, you can wiggle it open, but what happens now is you can't unlock, you can't do either. Your key is stuck. Your bolt's in no man's land because it's thrown it over, but it's got not all the way across. It's dead simple fix, dead simple fix. You can have a push your finger in there and just do it shut, but if you can't do that, get your wire, go up behind that stump, have a little feel about, push back like that, and then now you should be able to get hold of that. There you go. She's all locked up again. So even with a massive difference like that, you can still get them focused in there. You can still get them, you can still pick them. I know you're going to get a lot of different post heights, but they're not as common as you think. They are quite all very similar, and we're looking at, I'll show you different ways of working gauges out, but they do make them quite similar. So on this one, the most common size is 8 gauge. So it's a very, very common size. Many lock manufacturers use that size. So this will get through quite a lot of different padlocks. It's just showing those on the table. There's loads more out there. I know there is. There's absolutely loads more out there. Remember, guys, if you do interested in one of these actual padlock pick sets, you haven't got to be a member. You can still contact me. I'd just like to offer the members and the general public, you get 15% off. So if you spend 100 quid, you get 15 quid off for £5.99. And if you don't want to continue your membership and you don't want to be entered into the prize draws every week and enjoy all the interaction and training videos that I'm going to do on the Yale, and there's loads of massive archive of videos that I do, then that's fair enough. But for £5.99, you can cancel after a month. So you're a winner, really. You're still saved a tenner. So it's up to you guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your support. And remember, comments on that Trez lock. That will be fantastic. Remember, if you like this video, slap the like button, big fat dirty thumbs up, and a nice comment, please. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Ta-da!